Hey guys. So, is the Taken King destined for greatness? That's the question I, as a former long-time supporter of Destiny, who has since fallen off the Bungie train, has been wondering. There's a clip from a recent Game Informer video that perfectly describes the frustration that you have with Destiny sometimes. I'll show you it now.
I think the way a lot of people feel about Destiny, if you combine all the reviews and every forum post and everything put it together, they say like, I love playing Destiny, but I hate that it's not better, right? Like they're angry about it, right? Like I put in 900 hours and I'm mad. You can only be mad about something that you really care about.
Personally, I think that really sums it up. Now, before I begin, I feel like I must preface this video with what experience I have with the Destiny universe. Because far too often do I see people under posts on the official Destiny Facebook page writing off complaints as outside the community, when in reality, the most complainers are sometimes quite dedicated to the game. I have 3 accounts, each a separate subclass too. My Hunter's a 31 with 5.5 days of playtime. My Titan's a 27 with a day and a half. And lastly, my Warlock is a 26 with under 20 hours. Grand totaling nearly 200 hours with Destiny. Now, some very hardcore fans may argue they have multitudes of more gameplay than me. I feel at the very least that this accredits me with a say. Keep in mind though, that I never beat a raid. I completed every section of Vault of Glass, just never together. So I either joined in late and finished it, or I started and we never got all the way through. And it's at that part that I have to say, raids are the worst part of Destiny, at least in their current state without matchmaking. Because finding 6 well-rounded players is so incredibly difficult to do, at least for someone who has a job, doesn't have too many friends who play Destiny, and typically doesn't have 3 to 4 hours of straight uninterrupted game time. Now don't get me wrong, I met tons of Destiny players, and would also receive invites at the tower all the time. The thing is, there were always someone who had to leave, or far more importantly, is you needed 6 competent players. And having only 4 to 5 good players never cut it. The length of time that it would take to progress in the raid, or how many times you'd have to restart and try a section again, was always determined by your weakest player. Enough that times we would call it off just to swap in someone stronger, only to have then ran out of collective 6-man free time. And rinse and repeat. Only to add on top of that the Vault's rewards were far more unitary than the rest of the game, meaning that it was all the same shit. Now before anyone goes and says, but good Destiny players beat the Vault of Glass in under 2 hours. Yes, all already equipped with the raid gear. So basically the only way to reach becoming a competent raid member was essentially to piggyback on those who had enough raid gear long enough for you to acquire some yourself. I, for one, was never that lucky. And then they changed the currencies, screwed with the guns, etc., and I fell off the game somewhere after Christmas, with only brief revisitations to see how the expansion packs hadn't added enough to regenerate my appeal. But, that all being said, I'm actually interested in playing the game again. It's been a long time, without, and they've done a countless list of changes to the game, at least nearly 20 gigabytes of them, effectively implementing Destiny 2.0 for all owners of the game regardless of DLC. So I kind of want to go back and see what all the fuss was about for those 2 to 5 months last year. I'm not going to go in and buy the Taken King, that's for sure. But I think I want to go in open-minded with a curiosity of whether or not this game could captivate me for as much as 2 more years. But deep down, my biggest worry is that being a game that still caters to last-gen systems, I'll never be able to fully invest due to there being actual current-gen dedicated games that will rival anything Bungie can stretch across 4 platforms for $40. So I'll see. If you catch me uploading Destiny gameplay, especially with Taken King content, it'll speak for itself. But that's all I got to say. I'll catch you later, guys. Peace.
This machine, it's still active.